Hey everyone, Shane Malika here with Phyxius Power Building, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. You're no longer in some random part of my house or the dungeon of my basement or anything. You're here in my kitchen, and we are going to be going over some real basics when it comes to supplementation. And really the reason why I wanted to go over this is because when it comes to supplementation, there is so much out there now. And it gets really confusing in terms of, do I take anything? If I do, what do I take? How often do I take it? What's the best for me? Oh my God, this is expensive. Where do I start? The world of sports supplements has really grown exponentially over the, since about 1995 and everything. So, and I really just want to try to take everything, try to simplify it as much as possible, so that all of you can, at least get a good foundation, if you will, and then move from there in terms of what you feel would be best for you. When it comes to supplementation, I do like to stress that we are talking about supplementation. All right, the supplements that you buy and put into your body should never take the place of good whole foods. All right, that should be the foundation for all of us and everything, is getting those good whole foods in. And then beyond there, if we are looking to get increase our strength, increase our muscle size, then we may have to supplement a little bit to fill in the gaps, the micronutrient, the macronutrient gaps, in order for us to really get to those goals that we're looking for. So let me share my screen here a little bit, and then we'll go over some real basics. All right. So I put together this, kind of pyramid, if you will, to kind of help you figure out where should I start. All right. Now, again, with any type of structure, you always want to look at the bottom, the foundation, because if the foundation's not strong, the rest of the structure isn't going to be very good either. So when you look at the bottom of this structure, we're talking about the two biggies and everything, even though they're not the sexiest supplements out there. One of them is multivitamins. All right, and you're like, really? Multivitamin? Yeah, exactly. If your body doesn't have the micronutrients it needs, it is not going to perform well. So please make sure when you're looking for multivitamins and everything, please make sure you're getting good quality multivitamins. If it's coming in a jellied form, all right, it is probably not high quality. All right, don't get me wrong. I love gummy bears as much as anybody else, but when they're put in the form of a multivitamin, you're probably not getting the highest quality. All right. If possible, try to get multivitamins that are derived from whole foods, if possible. The reason why is because your body has a better ability to absorb and utilize those micronutrients if they are being derived from whole foods. If they're coming from more of a synthetic form, it may be more difficult for your body to metabolize, and you may actually just urinate those types of urinate everything out, which then kind of defeats the purpose. So again, when you're looking for those multivitamins, stay away from the gummy forms. Again, look for multivitamins that are more whole food based. I know I put water on here, and you're probably like, water supplement? Really? Yes, exactly. Because what I have found out throughout the years, and research has shown this as well, if we are not properly hydrated, our body does not perform at its optimal capacity. All right, because when you look at what water does to the human body, we're talking about carrying nutrients and oxygen to the cells. All right. Also, it helps with our overall internal organs, and such as our gut, our bladder, our liver to a certain extent as well. It helps normalize blood pressure by changing blood viscosity. All right. Also, it can help flush the bacteria from the bladder. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, how much water? I've always heard that adage, 8 glasses a day, and that could be enough. If you want to get a little bit more precise, take your body weight and multiply it by 0.55. All right, 0.55 times your body weight. That'll let you know how many milliliters of water you should be taking in. And I'm not saying fluid, I'm saying water. All right, because whenever you start combining things with caffeine or other types of processed ingredients or colorings and everything, it changes things a little bit. So if you don't like plain water, put in a little bit of lemon into it, or other types of fruit. There's a lot of different things you can do in order to flavor the water. But again, must have enough water in order for everything else to work. And what I've also found is when you have good water intake, the other types of supplements that you may get actually work better. All right. Looking at the next level of this pyramid, we're talking about protein and probiotics. All right. Now, protein is an essential component in terms of muscle growth and muscle gain. All right. Now, the FDA, indicates that a person should have, approximately 0.36 grams of protein per pound of their body weight for normal function. Now, if we are looking, if you're listening to this, you're probably in the same, boat as me. You're not looking just to maintain function. You're looking to actually go beyond. You're looking to increase your strength, increase your muscle growth. So in that case, what we're looking for here from the protein side of things, we're looking to get not 0.36 to 0.45 grams per pound, but we're looking to get 0.75 to 1.0 grams per pound of body weight. All right, so it's much higher. And if you're an athlete, if you're doing high demand athletic activities, now you're looking to up it even more from 1 gram to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. And I know that can, some people say, well, that's not good for you. You can't utilize that all. That's hard on your kidneys. Research has shown it's hard on your kidneys. Please keep in mind, research is, you have to really read the entire research articles, not just the conclusions of them. A lot of that research that was indicating that protein is hard on kidneys, those studies were being done on individuals with kidney failure. All right, they weren't being done on healthy individuals like you and I. What they found is that when you have protein intake 1 gram, 1.5 grams per pound of body weight, that your kidneys, your liver, all your internal organs can handle it just fine. Your body actually metabolizes it very well, because that's another thing that you hear a lot, is that the human body can only convert 20 to 40 grams of protein in one sitting. Anything beyond that is excessive, too much, and you can't do anything with it. Well, again, those studies were not done in humans. They were done in mice. And the last time I checked, my body is not quite the same as a mouse's. All right. So again, the protein is really going to help to promote that muscle growth. It's going to reduce soreness. It's also going to reduce some inflammation in the body as well. There are different inflammatory markers, and taking an adequate amount of proteins can reduce those inflammatory markers. Probiotics kind of go along this level as well in terms of, kind of making up a foundation, because what we're really finding out more and more is how much gut health influences overall health. All right. The bacteria in our gut really contribute a lot to our overall health and inflammation within the body. So having a good probiotic, with lactobacillium and bifidobacterium, and there's many different types, it'll help to balance the bacteria in your gut. And you'll actually find it'll improve your mental clarity and your mood, because how many times have you found that if your gut is a little gurgly, not doing too well, that your overall mood is not good either? It can actually help to reduce the LDLs in your overall cholesterol profile as well, because the probiotics can help to metabolize bile so it doesn't get reabsorbed and reuptake within your system. And in regards to other types of digestive disorders, different forms of colitis, and probiotics, by balancing that bacteria in your gut, may help to reduce some of those digestive disorders. So, I like to say that, our gut is kind of our first brain, if you will. If our gut is doing well, the rest of our body is doing well. Our heart, our lungs, our brain, is doing well too. So we have to make sure that, our gut is doing well, because that's where all the nutrients, that's where everything, all the water, everything's being absorbed in our body. So a good probiotic is a great way of going. If you're, again, making your way up this pyramid a little bit and you're looking to enhance your supplement profile, the next level is, again, very simply, creatine and pre-workouts. Now, if you're asking yourself, well, which one do I go for? Side on creatine. And the reason why is because creatine has about 30 years worth of research to show that it does so many great things in the human body when it comes to muscle mass, muscle gain, athletic performance as well. All right. it really, what creatine does is help with the production of energy. And the way it does this is through the formation of what's called ATP, adenotriphosphate. All right. ATP in the human body, we can store it, but we only have enough ATP for about 8 to 10 seconds worth of high intensity exercise. After that, our body is depleted and has to start to make more. So if we continue with high intensity exercise, it's not a good ratio. We're going to be using more than we're producing. But with the intake and supplementation of creatine, what they have found is that it increases the production of what's called phosphocreatine, which is utilized to produce ATP. All right, so your body would be able to produce more ATP a little bit faster so that you don't get fatigued as quickly during high intensity exercise. All right, it also has that possibility of boosting the formation of proteins for muscle mass and helps to reduce that fatigue. And again, 30 years worth of research to show that it's very safe to utilize. And actually now there's even more research come out that is indicating that it may actually help to prevent certain types of neurological conditions. What they're showing is that the use of creatine on a daily basis can actually has a direct correlation for reducing the risk for developing different types of neurocognitive limitations such as Alzheimer's and dementia. So there are some potential benefits from that. And there's also a direct correlation between taking creatine on a daily basis and the prevalence of Parkinson's-like symptoms or Parkinsonism as well. So again, I also know there's research out there, again, they're indicating, use of creatine can potentially damage your kidneys and everything. Again, those research articles were not done on healthy individuals. They were done on individuals who has some form of kidney disease. And again, when you look at many things, when a person has kidney disease, too much water is actually bad for people with kidney disease. So, but they still have them take water to a certain extent. Again, healthy individuals can take creatine, and there should not be any type of issues with that. Pre-workouts are kind of interesting. All right, pre-workouts are just that. They're to be taken about 30 minutes before you decide to do some type of weight training or athletic activity. And really what they do are two things. One is to increase energy during the workout, and does that through the use of caffeine. There's caffeine in the product, typically, and also decrease fatigue and speed recovery. And this is through a component called beta-alanine that's typically within the pre-workout. So those two elements are very nice to have. What I have found is by taking a pre-workout that I'm able to lift more weight, heavier weight for longer periods of time without fatigue. So I get more out of my my workouts. The pre-workouts also have BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, and also sometimes there's about 2 grams of creatine as well, depending on what you get. And then finally, the top of this pyramid doesn't mean it's the best. It just means, hey, if you have the time, have the money, have the means, you can definitely add this to your supplement profile, are the branched chain amino acids. And the reason why I put up these at the top is, a lot of times your protein products that you get will have branched chain amino acids in them. A lot of your pre-workouts will. So, if you don't need to take them, you don't necessarily have to. But what products do, the branched chain amino acids, our body, there are 9 essential amino acids that our body does not make on their own, that we need it through food. And a lot of times we can't get it through our normal food products, even if we're having good whole foods, because sometimes, even though we're having the fruits, the vegetables, good meats and everything, the quality of those is definitely much different now than it has been in the past. And there's various reasons for that. But supplementing with these branched chain amino acids can fill in those gaps and help us get those essential amino acids that we're looking for. And these will potentially help with muscle growth. It may also help to decrease soreness following a workout as well. So again, something to consider. Now, when looking out there for these supplements, let me stop sharing here, guys. For these products, make sure that you're going through a reputable company, reputable brand. Don't go to Walmart. All right. There's a lot of interesting things at Walmart, a lot of interesting people too, but that is not where you want to be getting your supplements. You want to be going to one of the bigger brands, bigger chains out there. This is not a paid endorsement at all. If you go to the website bodybuilding.com, it kind of has a little bit of everything. They have their own signature line, but they also have all of the reputable brands as well. So it's a good place to get everything at a decent price. They always have sales going on as well. You can get your multivitamins, your creatine, your whey, all of those types of things. You can kind of shop for best prices out there. Also, when you're looking for, so again, make sure you go through a reputable company, get reputable brands. Bodybuilding.com is a great place to go. And also there's a lot of great articles there. Also, when you're looking for, at your supplements and everything, try to find brands or products that don't say a lot about proprietary blends, all right? What you'll find with supplements is when they say proprietary blends, a lot of companies don't disclose what is in that blend. All right. You want to be able to read every single ingredient on there so that you know exactly what you're putting into your body. Now, remember, these are supplements. All right. And what you'll find is that when it comes to supplements, they are not scrutinized and regulated in the same way as many food products are. So that's why, again, you have to make sure that you go to good companies out there, because some of the other ones out there that may be less reputable, you don't know what they're putting into it. You may not be getting what's exactly on the label. All right. And then finally, just kind of going over things, because we already talked about the multivitamins. When you're looking for protein sources, again, whey protein is a great one to be going with. It's got a complete profile for the branched chain amino acids, which is good for you in terms of muscle growth. However, if you're a vegetarian, if you're a vegan and you don't want to use a whey product and everything, there are a lot of great plant-based proteins out there as well. Just make sure that what you're looking for, it does have, again, a complete profile, because some of the plant-based protein, like if you get a rice protein or a pea protein in isolated form, they don't have a complete profile, but a lot of them now are combining the different types. So combining rice and pea protein and everything. They're combining them in order to get a complete profile for those branched chain amino acids. So be on the lookout for those things. Just again, not paid. There's no pay in all of this, trust me. If you're looking for a good plant-based protein, Kaged Muscle has a great one called Plantain and everything. So that may be a good place for you to be looking. Again, that Kaged Muscle, they're on bodybuilding.com. So that can kind of be your one-stop shop. And the last thing with the protein, again, be on the lookout for additional fillers and sugars and things like that that may come with it. Generally, for every gram of protein, it usually equates to about 4 calories per gram of protein. So 25 grams, 100 calories. So most of your products will say they contain about 25 grams of protein. Look at the calories. They should range between anywhere between 130 up to 150 calories, all right, for that 25 grams. If it's beyond that, there may be some other things in there, some other additional sugars or fillers that are being put in there that you may not be aware about or you don't want in your body. So again, read those labels, be on the lookout for those types of things, all right? And as you can see here, again, not paid, but I kind of go with the bodybuilding.com's signature line. The reason why is because, again, when I look at the labels, there are no proprietary blends. I can read everything through there. Also, the price is very economical, and I haven't had a problem with their shipping. I get things pretty quickly, and I can also set it up for a subscription as well. So I get it on a regular basis as well. So, things like my vitamins, my fish oil, my probiotics, it comes every 90 days or every however I set it for. I don't even have to think about it, and it gives me the best price that they have available and everything. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Hopefully it simplified things a little bit. Again, keep it simple. Multivitamins, protein, creatine, pre-workouts, that should be that's the max and everything. And for a long time, all I took were multivitamins and protein. That was it. And then as my goals changed, I was able to add creatine. Creatine nowadays, extremely cheap. Not like when I first started back in 1997, where it cost me an arm and a leg because it was brand new. Creatine is dirt cheap. You can get a jug of it, pennies practically, versus whey protein, which is now much more expensive than it's ever been. So if you like this video, if you dug it and everything, click that like button, click the subscribe as well, and the notification bell so that you get so you can hear about these new videos that are coming out every single week. And if you'd like to see more of this or any other type of subject, let me know. Put it down in the comments and everything. So hope you all are doing well and everything through this holiday season. And I will see you all next week. Remember, struggle is strength. Get that struggle on. Get to those workouts. Don't forget about the nutrition and supplementation. Talk to you later, guys.